If you're seeing this, then this is your new moon in Libra messages. My name is Lara. Welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you have never been here, it's so great to have you. These new moon in Libra messages are going to be for our water signs. Water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So maybe one of your sun, moon, rising could be a different sort of placement that you are working with that's bringing you to this, or you're just identifying with water because we consist of all of the elements. It's just a matter of how they express themselves. So whatever your reason is for being here, welcome. You're exactly where you need to be. This reading is a general reading that is specifically for this new moon in Libra is on October 2nd. And yes, so if you're finding it around that time, amazing. If you're not, that's okay. You're finding these messages exactly when you're meant to find them. And because it is a general reading, we're looking at the overall themes, patterns, energies of the collective of people who are finding this video. So may not be exactly super case specific for you, but it's what we are dealing with on a collective level. Now you will know what messages are meant for you, so please use your own judgment. You know better than I do what makes sense, so take what you like, leave what doesn't fit, and yeah, my only hope is that you get some insight. So as long as you're approaching this with an open heart, open mind, and a willingness to see the truth, you'll be great. All right, so my beautiful water signs, like I said, this is a new moon in Libra. This is also a solar eclipse, so big energies. This is the end of an eclipse portal that opened with the last full moon that we had in Pisces. And so for the last almost 2 weeks, we've been swimming in this eclipse energy. Both eclipses dealing with different cycles, but still, I mean, I'm feeling still very much interconnected. I don't know how you're feeling. But this particular cycle, we're looking at a lot of, if you think back to April 2023, the themes that you were working with at that point, these are themes that are coming up again. So this is an eclipse cycle, and I think it mirrors a few other cycles as well. So yeah, Libra also is all about balance. The Libra energy, we're very recently in Libra season. New moons are new beginnings. This is the beginning of a lunar cycle. With a solar eclipse, eclipses eclipse out what's not working, and they can also eclipse new things into our lives. So it's a super volatile energy, super potent. It just enhances all of that new moon energy even more. Interestingly enough, and like in my opinion as well, I've heard a few other people kind of talk about it that are like out there, sort of in the astrological realm, but if you're open to experimentation and perhaps maybe a little bit of chaos, this can be a really potent eclipse for you to be working with, new moon energy to be working with for any manifestations or intention setting. Like I said, eclipse energy is big energy. You don't have to do much. You could just literally like blow, speaking something into existence is like absolutely possible at this time. So keep that in mind. Critical to be paying attention to how we're using our words, including inside our head. So yeah, What else? Oh, very recently too, we've seen a second moon, a mini moon. Technically, it's an asteroid, come into the Earth's orbit, which will be here temporarily, but still is going to be here for about 2 months. I think like maybe mid-November, we're supposed to see it leave the orbit. But yeah, I think that's so super interesting. Certainly like a lot of dark feminine energy coming to the forefront. So working with that energy. Kali is like, if you know anything about Kali Ma, the goddess, working with that energy, life force. She's the goddess of time and destruction, right? I'm pretty sure that's correct. Yeah, just really removing what's in the way of you moving forward in your purpose. Whether you want it to go or not, it's going. That's this energy here. So, big stuff. I've got a few tarot decks here. We're going to take a look at, I have the Dragon Path Oracle for our new moon. So we're going to see what dragon energy is here to guide us through these energies. Then we're going to look at the focus for you, my beautiful water signs. The focus, the gift to give, the gift to receive within this focus under this energy, and the gift to give in return, because we like reciprocal relationships. Also, you have to make space for the new. Eclipses are all about letting go. So even as things are eclipsing in, it's like, but this has to go. It's just the way that it is. And you're stepping into this new level of who you are. And all of the joy and grief that comes with that. Hooray! And like in my case, physical symptoms. I don't want to talk about how much I was just like choking on myself earlier today. Like right on schedule. Anyway, okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to ask and see what dragon is here to come out. Wow, for our water signs. Interesting. Oh, the healer. Okay, so perhaps you are on this journey of healing. You could be one yourself. In my experience, if you are helping others with their healing, you're also doing the work as well. Yes? Okay. Here's hoping. Lots of green energy with the tree here. This is making me think of grounding, even though this dragon is sort of like up in the tree and intertwined. There's still this sense of connectedness to something that's very stabilizing. That's so fascinating. Okay, we're gonna read from the book about the healer real quick, just to see what we gotta say. Okay, perfect. This gentle yet powerful dragon is a true guardian of all healers on earth. He connects particularly with those who work energetically. If you're not like identified as a healer, you work with energy in some capacity. I mean, we all do. Humans move energy, whether they're aware of it or not, which is like, but perhaps you are more aware and more in tune with that. He reminds us that although we may walk our talk, we also need to heed our own advice. We are not a bottomless pit of energy and need to take time out now and again. So self-care is coming up for me. His message: I am the guardian of the healers. You are capable of great things on earth as a healer and as a light for others to follow. But to do this, you must burn brightly and throw light into the shadows of your world. You give a great deal to others. Throwing shadows, throw light into the shadows of your world. This is also making me think of shadow work, shadow healing. You give a great deal to others, but you must also make time for yourself. You need to rest and recharge. Your energy tank requires refilling lest you become depleted. Make time to meditate, rejuvenate, to relax, and above all, to laugh. When was the last time you laughed? Why so serious? I hope it wasn't that long ago. You may love your work, but it does not define you. That's relatable. A wife, husband, mother, father, daughter, son, sister, or brother, or any... You also need time to be you, a wife, husband, mother, father, daughter, son, sister, or brother, or any role that you fulfill. He reminds us not to take ourselves or life too seriously. If we do, we risk forgetting that we are just one tiny cog in the great wheel of life. So also what I'm picking up on is like, maybe you have been on this path of like shadow work, that is sort of exhausting you, or as part of your shadow work, this could be a possibility, but you struggle with work-life balance. Hi, friend. Same. And that's okay, but like remembering to take time out for yourself, especially like as part of shadow work, we have to step away, but particularly with like the light and the laughter, that is as intricate a part of shadow work, of grief healing, of whatever, trauma, addiction, whatever it is that you're healing, that you're working with. It is so important to not take it it's so easy to take it so seriously. I mean, I know, absolutely. My goodness, because for some cases it can literally be life or death. But also, laughter is the best medicine. We've all heard this before, probably. And I'm not saying like it's the only medicine, but laughter actually raises your vibrations. Joy, experiencing moments of joy, raises your vibrations. Shadow work also helps to raise your vibrations, but what shadow work is doing is sifting off the heaviness and the darkness and the shadow. Okay, it's like when you give a dog a bath, right? You give the dog a bath because the dog is dirty, and the cleansing part, right? We could call this our shadow work, the actual bath itself. We have to cleanse and clear, and that dog coming out of the bath is like silly looking because it's all wet, and like, you know, they look tinier because their fur's not fluffy. You know, cats look more pathetic when they're wet, but specifically with dogs, there's a moment after the bath that every dog does, right? Where they just start and they shake everything off. And it's always like, no. But it's that moment there. That is also, yes, you had to get in there. You had to get the water drenched in the water, but you also had to shake it out in a crazy, silly way to get the rest of it out. You gotta move it out, because as you break up all the gunk, right, and you transmute it, you're moving it all around. And the shaking, the dog shaking, that's like your laughter, that's your joy, that's your play. I hope that metaphor made sense. Okay, interesting start. Let's grab our tarot deck here and see. I'm picking up on like a self-care focus, lightening our load a bit amidst this healing journey, because healing's really intense. And so it's good to remember like perspective and just lightening the fuck up. Just lightening up, which is so much easier said than done. But the reason you're doing this work and unpacking all of this baggage is to lighten your load. And you can enjoy that lightness now. All right. What cards do we have for my beautiful water signs? Could I please have a clear and concise message? I'd like 3 cards, please. Our first card, thank you, is our focus. Our second card, thank you. This is the gift to receive. That was quick. And then one more card as our gift to give. Please and thank you for my water signs as we work through this energy. Cool. Yeah. Ooh, baby. Okay. Oh, interesting. Wow. This is so fascinating. So we're doing water energy. I already posted our fire signs, and they're different cards, but it's similar. It's different elements, but like the same cards. We'll talk about it. Okay. What does this mean? All right, let's start at our shadow card here at the bottom of the deck. This is the card that represents our subconscious, all of the things that are driving the situation at the moment, just underneath the surface, whether we're aware of them or not, aware of them or not. So the Queen of Pentacles, this, because we have the healer too. Dang. Okay. Where's this gonna go? The Queen of Pentacles, I feel like, is really echoing this healer card here. While this is a masculine energy, this is highly feminine energy. This is like your quintessential can do it all mother archetype. It's a feminine energy, but it doesn't have to be about a physical expression by any means, because we all have both negative. We all have masculine and feminine energy. We all have all of the things. So the Queen of Pentacles, this is a natural provider, nurturer. It comes very easily, very naturally. She also speaks to a sense of work-life balance, because this is someone who has built and created an entire life and is still capable. Like, she is a provider in a sense, doing her own to provide, not just for herself, but also for those around her, her family. Okay? In a healthy way, not overly identified with one aspect or the other. That whole can do it all. So this energy is coming up from underneath to support us, which I think is really affirming what we had in the healer card. And there's this sense that this energy, it's a very luxurious energy as well. It's earthy. there's this sense of this bringing your ultimate happiness, your ultimate fulfillment. And part of that, finding that space of really feeling like all of these areas of your life are supported in a beautiful way, and bringing in long-term happiness, right? And fulfillment. This is the happy ending. With the Queen of Cups, you've got a little queen sandwich here. The Queen of Cups is really saying there is a much more intuitive approach about how to embody this energy. And yet there's, behind that, with the Four of Cups, this is really letting go of a lot of the disappointment that may be around you, so that this happiness can come in. Excuse me. I just burped. Which leads me to think it's been a bumpy ride. But okay, let's keep going. Is this making sense to you? So what do we have for our focus for my beautiful water signs under this energy? So fascinating. There's so much earth energy in your reading. But your focus here is the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse position. I feel like there's been a lot of missed opportunity for you that's being highlighted right now. It's almost as if these opportunities have slipped right out of your fingers. You haven't been able to really root anything in the ground. Which is so fascinating. And this is what you share with our the fire sign reading that went up. So they had a reversed, oh wait, no, I think I'm confusing a couple readings. Yeah, I'm confusing a couple readings. I've been doing a lot of readings lately. But you did share a reversed ace. So I don't know. It came up for a reason. I got it confused for a reason. So maybe there's a reason that you might identify with the fire sign reading. I don't know. That's for you to decide. But yes, what I say is still standing. Opportunities that have felt like they have just slipped right through your hands. Interestingly enough, there is some, you also have, as the gift to be received, you have the Page of Pentacles. We've got an ace and a page. And these are both representative of new beginnings. The page may be more connected to an individual, if that is how it's going to play out for you. There may be, but it doesn't have to be an individual coming in. This could just in general be starting something new. Maybe it's a new side hustle or full-on like career opportunity. It's certainly it's a seed that's being planted. And if you look really close at this card, I don't even think you can see it, but like there's this root that sort of twists around, and they're standing in this like yogi kind of pose here. So pages also represent new information or new learning. So maybe you're going to, there's a gift of like a new opportunity to learn in connection to how it is you want to be providing for yourself. Okay? Because this is like a much more nurturing opportunity. It's going to challenge you to learn new skill sets. Whereas I feel like these opportunities, whatever opportunities that have felt like they've slipped away, I want to say that they've slipped away for a reason, because they were seeds that weren't going to plant, and perhaps they were going to throw you off even more of this work-life balance. It's really clear that like having a stable, nurturing environment and, you know, being really in tune with your emotions, these are directly connected to your happiness. And perhaps it was those opportunities. I mean, there's disappointment I see with opportunities not working out. But perhaps they didn't work out because they weren't going to support what you need to be happy. So, but either way, there's a new chapter coming in. There's newness available. So, you know, something about going where the universe is leading. Right? It's never too late to start over, if that makes sense for somebody. So what is the gift for us to give, water signs, under this beautiful energy? Well, we've got the Ten of Swords. So there's a very like dramatic, perhaps painful ending that's here. It's as if it dawns on you, and I'm like putting this up to my third eye for some reason. It's as if it dawns on you that this is not the drama that it needs to be. I mean, it can be a dramatic, like, walk off into the sunset. It's perhaps, you know, but that's mentally excruciating for some reason. So in the reverse position, we're talking about walking away from something and realizing it wasn't like that we had been making a mountain out of a molehill. And maybe, and part of that, I think too, is going to be about this lightness with page energy. This is like also like beginner's mindset. So when you begin something new, you're not going to know how to do it. Like, don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's not that serious is what I'm picking up here. The realization that it's not that serious. And I think there maybe is some potential here to laugh about it. Right? Like, oh my God, I thought this was like such a big thing that I was walking away from. And actually, as it turns out, it's really not, you know? So yeah, so that's what I see for our focus with our gifts. Let's go ahead. I'm going to draw one card to wrap it up from the moon deck here. And could we please have one of our moon cards just sort of affirming or clarifying? That's the one. Just sort of like wrapping this up for us here. What do we got? Ah, yeah. This is such a beautiful card. Again, newness. There's a moon within this like pregnant belly here. I live each moment with a presence of gratitude. So I think there's something also to be said about like the play, the joy, not taking things too seriously, and the way to like the door in for that 100% is gratitude. And like sometimes I really hate that, but it is so true. Like sometimes you have to force yourself. If there's one thing, right, that you can be grateful for, are you lucky enough to be able to like walk around? Are you breathing? Can you understand the words I've been saying in this video? Those are very extreme, but they're 100% things to be grateful for. I'm grateful for the air that I breathe. There's a song too that's coming up. All I need is the air. No, that's different. It did just come up. All I need is the air that I breathe and to love you. But there's something in there for me about being grateful for the air. So I don't know. Whatever. My mind's making weird connections. So, but I'm going to read this really quickly and we'll wrap it up for our new moon reading here. Okay. Gratitude. I live each moment with a presence of gratitude. The greatest prayer is thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Also, when I first started with gratitude stuff, a lot of what I would just say thank you in my head out loud, just like say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Even if there's nothing, I could be like, thank you for this. Just be like, thank you. That's a great place to start. Gratitude puts things into perspective and connects us to the present where we're engaged in a meaningful life. Yes, this is that meaningful life. Infuse gratitude into everything you create and touch. Gratitude is an experience and an ongoing practice. Cultivate it daily with intention and teach yourself to be truly conscious of the treasures in your life. Share gratitude with as many people as possible and allow this to become a fundamental part of your lifestyle. The abundant material of daily life is your greatest guide, reminding you to allow the healing and prosperous roots of gratitude to run deep in all that you birth. Return to thank you until it becomes an integrated, glowing part of your presence. Yes. Amazing. So my water signs, that's what I have for you for this new moon. I hope this was helpful. Please let me know. Leave me a comment, like, share, subscribe. You know what to do. I don't need to tell you. And yeah, there's more information about me down below if you're interested. And yeah, it's big energies out there. So I'm grateful to be making this video, and I'm grateful if you're watching it because you didn't have to watch it. So that's where I'm at, and thank you for being here. And as far as the rest of it goes, I think that's it. And until next time, I will see you on the other side.